Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan here today with a video on the opposite signs and house polarity axis. Today we're going to start off with Aries and Libra, the first house and the seventh house. Now I have made a short introduction video on opposite signs, so you can click the links up above and watch that one first and then come and watch this video to get a better understanding of why we're even bothering to consider the opposite signs in astrology. So Aries and Libra, the first house and the seventh house, brings together the ability to maintain one's identity within an equal and a harmonious partnership. So Aries in the first house, being of the fire element, is all about initiating projects and conquests as a result of the burning passion and desire to do it, and the adrenaline rush to do it. The projects of Aries in the first house is done to serve the agenda of the self, what the self needs on quite a primal level. This is the archetype of the warrior that is ready for war, and they're not afraid to shy away from confrontation. In fact, this archetype will sometimes initiate confrontations or rush right into a confrontation simply because it feels instinctual to do so. Aries in the first house, ruled by the planet Mars, works with the body, a tough and rugged way of being that is also appears sexy because of its confidence and rawness. Libra and the seventh house, being of the air element, is all about initiating relationships with others as a result of wanting to feel complete, looking for the yin to their yang. Libra and the seventh house understands others deeply, much more deeply than the understanding of the self. And in fact, this archetype can sometimes only understand the self fully through the other, through relating with the other, aka seeing the shadow in others. This is the archetype of the diplomat who prefers tact and negotiations rather than going to war. Highly intellectual in nature, they excel at using the mind to list pros and cons, take in surveys, and understanding different perspectives before making any decisions. This is a strategy to ensure peace, harmony, and a pleasing outcome for all the parties involved. Libra and the seventh house, ruled by the planet Venus, bestows a beauty of the body and the mind, and a way of going about and interacting with people that is graceful and attractive, like a work of art. The Mona Lisa. When the two archetypes meet in your natal chart, whether you have one or both of them, and when they meet in an external situation, like through a relationship with another person, they're coming together to learn the skills of equal give and take. They might, however, repel each other at first because Aries might not quite understand why Libra has to spend 3 hours deciding on what movie they should watch that night, if Libra even makes a decision at all. The fire that Aries has got going has probably died out by the time that Libra actually makes a decision. Libra might not understand why Aries just leaps into a situation without thinking first and then have to suffer the consequences later on. Like, why can't they just think carefully from the start? They might also be highly attracted to each other at first because Aries is highly attracted to physical beauty because it does rule the physical body, and Libra is the ultimate beauty magnet. And Aries does learn from the Libra that sometimes jumping into a situation too quickly can result in getting kicked in the butt and then getting burned later as well. Libra is attracted to the self-assuredness of the Aries and how they have this confidence in knowing what they want in life. Libra learns from the Aries on how to move from the mind to the gut, and that, hey, they do have a gut. This polarity in your natal chart initially brings an imbalance and a push and pull between giving too much and then taking everything back. So, how can you not lose your identity in a partnership, Libra? Well, you have to spend time alone first and not constantly seek out a partnership, so that when you do get into a partnership, the core of your being doesn't have to get compromised, because compromise is a big thing here. But also, how can you not push your goals and agenda onto another in a relationship? Aries, how can you take yourself out of yourself for a little while and consider what the other party might be wanting and needing in that partnership, and you can give that to them, even though it might not be something that is coming out from you as your first instinct. Because it isn't your instinct anymore, it's your logic at work. Together, the archetype of Aries and Libra, the first house and the seventh house, gives you the power of shadow work. Both the conscious and the unconscious mind are at play here. The mastery here is to identify both of these things and then keep them sitting on your shoulders at all times so that you're aware how both of them are playing out in your life. Because both of them are ultimately you. See, we cannot understand ourselves fully, Libra, without seeing our shadow through the other and embracing that as being a part of ourselves. And we cannot understand others fully unless we allow them to be fully themselves and see their own shadows within us, Aries, so that we can give them what it is that they need in that relationship. Together, these two archetypes, being of a cardinal sign, are focused very much on initiating projects. So they're very much together, they're very much the go-getters of our society. The ability to set goals together based on both the head and the heart, the service to others and the service to the self, makes this an amazing combination. Think about business partners or couples who start projects together in which they can infuse their own individuality into the project, and then that individuality becomes the motivation, the inspiration for others and the public. So the higher self is actually the inspiration in itself. So guys, that's my take on Aries and Libra, the first house and the seventh house axis. If you have this in your chart, or if you have met this externally through a relationship, then leave the comments below. Let us know what your experiences have been. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below to come along with us on this channel for more astrology videos, learning and growing together. If you've already subscribed, then thank you very much for coming along. And I'll see you very soon, guys. Bye!